Hello, friends. Here we are in another Born of the Gods Theros draft. Woohoo! Let's see. What a pack. Boring rare, but really nice uncommons. Fnatic being, I think, the most powerful. Though I do love me a Siren of the Fanged Coast. And the really nice uncommons, too, with the 68, Fall of the Hammer, Sword of Centaur, Course of the Tides. What do I want to do? I want to do the Fnatic of Xenagos. That's what I want to do. I think red-green can be super fun. It is pretty powerful. But then sticking with the Siren just keeps me to one color, and I do like being blue in this format. Humana, 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 ho. Meh, let's screw it. Let's try to go for Fnatic. It's fun. Passing lots of the blues, passing the Asphyxiate, and passing a little bit of green. Not quite as much, but a touch. Oh, another Siren. That hurts my soul. Hurts my soul. Oops, now we're going to take the Bolt of Keranos here. This is quite a deep pack as well. Someone took a rare, but gosh, Cura's Follower, Siren, Nyxborn Triton, all great blue cards, nice and green. Sword of Centaur is actually the weakest when you look at the different colors. And then a Crow and Skyguard, Bolt, Divination, Nyxborn Eidolon. Wow, this is a deep pack. I'm gonna not take the Centaur though, because I think I can get more of these later on, and the Bolt is too good. We're gonna try to force this a little bit, but seeing the Skyguard, which is pretty much like the best common set, another Siren of the Fanged Coast, I'm gonna pay attention to those. We'll see what else starts coming around here. I've never gotten to play the green-red deck, and I think it can be really fun and cool. Nice mid-range, fairly powerful. Not a whole lot going on, just a good stuff deck. Which I think I stole that term from Unlimited Resources Cast, which I tend to do. Because, as you know, I always quote them. Alright. Interesting pick here. So, here's another Cura's Follower. And then Perplexing Chimera is actually pretty good. No more white, little black, and no green. Archetype I don't count as green, and these guys are kind of like dorks. I think we have to move into blue with this pick here. I don't think it's worth taking anything else. Perplexing Chimera is probably easier on the splash if we go there. Though Cura's Follower I think is a little more consistent. I'm going to take Cura's Follower. I think Perplexing Chimera is fun, but it's just there to, like, once you're ahead, you stay ahead. Whereas Cura's Follower, if we're going to be into green-blue, like, this is kind of like a nut card. So this is just in the event we start moving in that direction. But then we do have red cards in this pack, which are really nice. And it's between the Saturn Nick Smith and the Kragma Butcher. Kragma Butcher is super solid, nice 3-drop. I think, though, the Nick Smith is pretty good. I haven't gotten to play with it, but the fact that it has haste, you can smash that right away and then start making elementals, I think is good. I might even get another Butcher. So yeah, we'll stick to that game plan. Still not seeing any green, which is a bummer, because I really would like to play the Fnatic, but seeing some more red open makes me happy about this Bolt. Archetype of Courage is good. Here's a Kragma Butcher, which we'll take. I'm not looking to move into white now, even though this is a really good card, and a fairly strong signal. Something to pay attention to. Alright, a couple of interesting choices. I could stay on red with the Cyclops or a Rise to the Challenge, because they are, fairly fine cards in their colors. Snake is also fine if I want to, prioritize this Fnatic. Oracle Insight, though, man, that's a good card. And I certainly don't mind going to red-blue. That's a pretty fun deck to do. Unravel the Aether also, I think, is pretty decent. As an instant speed removal spell in green. I'm torn. I am so torn. I don't think I'm going to take the Oracle Insight yet. Blue hasn't, it's not like it's amazingly open. I think I'm actually going to take Unravel the Aether instead of Rise to the Challenge, which I think would be the safer red pick. Wow, okay, Crow and Skyguard. We're going white-red. It's so late. I mean, if there's not a sign, then I don't know what is. This is great. We passed the first one, which is a bummer. We passed that other dude, but we should be getting it from pack 3, which should be just fine. So we're going to move in. and hope that that works out. Oh, and then of course we get a Swordwise Centaur. Of course. I'll take it in case white really does dry up. I'm happy to go with this Fanatic at equal power level of the Crow and Skyguard and Maze, because I don't care about a Cyclops, so there's nothing else that I'm ditching from this pack that I care a whole lot about. Crypt is a good trick in blue. It's a thing to pay attention to. Alright, same common run came right on back from our opening of the Heroes Podium. I will take the Cyclops down to the Griffin Dreamfinder. Mortal's Ardor is fine. Divination is very good, shouldn't be that late. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not doing the blue thing. Oh man, if I had 2 Skyguards and then that Bestow creature in red, that'd be pretty okay, in my opinion. So I just have to decide between white and green now. Pretty solid on our 3 red drops. I like them quite a bit. The Bolt, the Kragma Butcher, Saturn, Nyx, whatever. I'll take the Archetype, though I don't plan on playing it. But who knows, this might turn into a rampy sort of big old deck. Maybe even a rampy multicolored deck if we get some fixing. A couple of Traveler's Amulets and what have you. Or a Satyr Wayfinder, which is actually pretty good for that kind of thing for ramping. And a Nutter. Okay. It's a thing. Keeps our options quite open. But basically, if a Wingsteed Rider or an Elmer, Thassa's Emissary, or a Phalanx Leader gets opened, then I'll have to decide if I'm going white or not. I assume, though, not a lot will be passed. Since, yeah, see, here's a Wingsteed Rider. Oy. The Fanatic and the Swordwise Centaur kind of equal out the power level of Skyguard, especially since we're not going to see a lot of white right now. I could just take the Ordeal, which is going to be good in either deck, and pass the Wingsteed Rider, and just continue to stay away from right, but I kind of feel like now is the time to grab it if I'm going to, and I just don't know if I want to do that right now. Corsair might even table, so staying on the green-red plan might be a good idea. You know what? White was open pack 3. I'm going to plan on it being open. Or sorry, it was open pack 1. I'm planning on it being open pack 3. I'm just being greedy here. I'm taking it. It's too fun. And then, what? Dude, Cerberus? That's kind of a lame follow-up. Look at this beautiful blue here. Voyage's End, Ordeal. Well, here, let's just go ahead and hide green. I'm not committed to hiding green, but it's probably going to happen. I'm not going to take the Tutor Cerberus because I actually have decent 3-drops already. I'm going to take the Divine Verdict. It's just a removal spell. Not awesome, but it's a spell. Boink. And then, where's my red? Satyr Rambler? I might be, wow, look at this. Griptide, Voyage's End. Insane. If we get really aggressive, the Crusader could actually be decent. I think the Lane and Snarecaster I'm going to grab. I'm going to try to like move towards a little bit of white. And we're not going to get a lot of these this pack. So this is cool. My entire tuition is telling me I'm doing something stupid right now. You all might be agreeing with me. Cavalry Pegasus or Snarecaster? I mean, our 2 flyers, our 2 humans are already flyers, so we don't really care about the Pegasus. Let's take another 2-1 that can kind of help out. Another Ordeal. Deathbell Raider could be good. And that super aggression. But I'll probably be able to get that when I want it. So I'm not going to prioritize it highly. Snapping up the God's Willing. Really confused why the Keepsake Gorgon's here. I guess whoever's in the white to the left of me is in white-red as well, which is probably why we're not seeing other red either, which makes me curious as to what they grab. Maybe that Fall of the Hammer from the first pack. So have to trust that, yes, things are pretty lean in this pack. Oh, Darn Alcyon, that's nice. But hopefully we'll get some more power level from our 3rd pack. Wow, another God's Willing and a Dauntless Onslaught. Who are people picking? Maybe I'm over-assuming someone went into white. I don't know. What would I rather have? Dauntless Onslaught or got the Dauntless Onslaught? Let's just be honest, it's too good. We already have a God's Willing. I do wish I had more heroic dudes, but I'm not going to complain about just taking nice cards here. If this is my top end at 4, we can actually end up getting lucky into a super aggressive deck. Light on the 2 drops right now, but it could happen. It could. Maybe I get a 8th pick Phalanx Leader. Huh? Huh? Weirder things have happened in the history of Born of the Gods drafting. Alas, I was wrong. We have another Snarecaster. I'm kind of full up on Snarecasters. Could hate the Phalanx Leader, but I mean, I still need 2 drops. There's definitely not a point to be hating right now. I don't know you people. Hello, people. I'll take the Evangel here, I suppose. Sad to see such great black going so late with the Disciple. The Tiny Eternal Fire is such a horrible card. Even if I'm in the colors that want it with humans and such, it just never gets there. Whereas this 6-drop can get there. I'm not planning on it getting there, but it could. It certainly could. I think I'll take the Stable or the Silent Artisan. I think I'd rather have that in the 2-drop slot. Would love better 2-drops in general, but at least we have like a requisite number of creatures to start getting some aggression on. And then we get a little more power level once we hit 3 with our Rider, our Smith, Butcher. Alciad's good, but better at 5. I already have a Bronze Sable. I might as well just take the Rambler. They're basically the same. I don't think Bronze Sable really does a whole lot on the Intimidate track. This is a Dorky 2. I already have Dorky 2s. I'll take the Priest, which could be played if I magically pick up a bunch of Ordeals and get to be super duper aggressive here. And oh look, we even got a Citizen Battle Priest, which I was planning on, right? Not even close. Well, I'm pretty unexcited about this deck, to be honest. Certainly functional. Certainly something that can win some matches. But we're going to need to open things like Spears and Wingsteed Riders to really get there. And we did, so that's really cool. Really sad to pass the Wingsteed Rider, but hey, Spear of Heliod is super powerful and kind of have to throw it in there. Maybe the Battle-Wise Valor tables. Aside from that, nothing's coming from this pack, which is not fun to think about. That nothing's tabling. Nightmare Jet's pretty good here. Would prefer a Lightning Strike. Or Wingsteed Rider or Phalanx Leader, but it's removal and we need it, so that's fine. Wow, a Born Overlord. So black was, I mean, I know this is just a second pack, so the person on my right isn't black, but all that black was flowing earlier, so someone's going to be super stoked with all of those black cards flowing. Wow, nothing for us here? That's crazy. That's really scary, actually. So we're hating something, because otherwise they just take a Last Breath or a Spark Jolt, but they're such dorky sideboard cards, I really don't want to. Yeah, Spark Jolt actually can be good. There's so many X ones, and it actually kind of hoses me. Fine, I'll take the Spark Jolt. Maybe I should jump back into green. Huh? No, that ship pretty well sailed, I would say. Well, we have a really bad deck, so at least there's something to play. Spear really makes me happy. Arena Athlete is good, and it's kind of the 2-drop that we want to start upping, but we don't have a lot of heroic triggers. We have God's Willing, a Stupid, Mortal's Ardor, and a Dauntless Onslaught, right? This is kind of a dude. But yeah, that's it. So, though we have some decent heroic guys, we're not triggering them all that often, sadly. And that's probably why I'm just going to take the Spear Point Oriad here, just to get another 3-drop and another heroic trigger, even though it's super weak. Oh, here's an interesting decision. 2-hit Cerberus, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more fun, but we have so many 3s, and Ill-Tempered Cyclops is actually a decent 4-drop. And I don't think we're going the super aggressive route with like a Priest or anything. We don't have any Ordeals or anything to make, like we don't have a Titan Strength to make 2-hit Cerberus nutty. So let's take a solid 4 here. This is the deck so far. It is a nice fast-paced deck, but I feel like the Evangel's sort of out of place in these with this many 2-drops, and a lot of these 2-drops out of place with how low our power level is. I really don't want you to be in there. I'm sure something else will come by. We definitely need more combat tricks. Would love to get more combat tricks in. Get rid of the Evangel. Get rid of the Divine Verdict, mayhaps. Probably not, but mayhaps. Maybe just cut the Emissary. Is this ever going to be played? It's a pretty bad card, but we need heroic triggers. 1, 2. Count both of these as halves, so 3, 4. I only have 4 heroic triggers, which makes a lot of my cards really not good. Wingsteed Rider, Arena Athlete, Crone Skyguard, they kind of need those triggers. Huh. Or the Dragon Mantles. I would love a Dragon Mantle. Well, the black deck's already insane. I'll just let someone continue to be insane. I'll take the Gift of Immortality. I'm not happy to run it. If I do, yeah, Dragon Mantle. But I wanted to have it in case I don't, since we're near the end of this draft here with very little going on. None of these are making it, so I'll just cut Vanquish the Foul. Oh no, I should have cut the Viper's Kiss. I just saw that last minute. Not playing the Gift of Immortality right now. And we're not at a 16 land deck either right now, though. If maybe one other like Dragon Mantle or something comes around, maybe this Satyr Rambler gets us there, though I doubt it. And yeah, now there's nothing that's really going to matter. Yeah, I think we're going to have to run the Evangel at 6. And that also means we're playing 17 lands, which is fine. We don't really have an amazingly aggressive deck. The 2s are good, but they're dorky 2s that get outclassed a little too fast, and we don't really have enough finishing power, I think. Could be wrong. I'll take a look at it as I lay it out. But I'm not super confident on trying to run a topped-out curve at 4 yet. Okay, so here's the layout. We're running Immortal's Ardor in our spell slot. It's actually our only super weak spell. Magma Jet and Divine Verdict are fine removal spells. Magma Jet being okay, and Divine Verdict being fine. You can decide what I mean between that. I would rather this be like a Lightning Strike, and this being a Lightning Strike also, of course. But whatever. Pretty okay. I'm at this 24 playables. I'm really at a choice now where I can choose to kind of lean on my 2-drops. And that means, like, ditch the Evangel and possibly bring in, like, a Setessan Battle Priest, Gift of Immortality, or even the Priest of Iroas, and just get a really aggressive 16-land deck on, which I'm actually okay with. Or we just cut one of our Dork 2-drops, probably like the Bronze Sable at first, and then have this be our 17-land deck. Yeah, we're still going to be going quickly, but we have, you know, a little bit of a top end. And this Spear of Heliod, though, is good. It's not exactly the best in super aggression, because it actually takes a while to turn on. Though I like that it destroys things nice and quickly once we get outpaced by something else. Yeah, I'm not too sure what to do. My instinct is telling me to go with this kind of aggressive build and just wallow away with 2-drops, but every single one of our 2-drops have 1 toughness. It's just so easy to get blanked. Admittedly, though, that's just going to kind of be the weakness of the deck, period. It's not like bringing the Evangel in actually changes that in any way, shape, or form. So if I have to accept that that's a weakness of my deck, then maybe I just try to have that extra 2-drop and go that much more quickly into some sort of aggression. I don't know what the right call is here. I'm going to pull out the Bronze Sable. I really don't think it's a 16-land deck. I don't think I made it that aggressive. I don't think we're going to really function on super fast. I mean, yes, I want to be aggressive. I want to be quicker than someone else. So that is what my curve is suggesting and what my deck is kind of trying to do. But we're not so insane that I need to go down to 16 lands. 9-8 seems right to me. Yeah, that's right. Cool. Well, there's a deck. See what happens.